But
bon,
anyway, I've made it to... To the car race and possibly the last real battle for Luc Alphand, the last moments of fear. Over 300 kilometers to go. One goal, avoid mechanical problems and keep an eye out on his main rival, Janil de Villiers. South African possibly had the secret goal to make it happen. But like in the bike race, it looked like the gap between first and second was still too big for a huge upset. Over 22 minutes was de Villiers' time deficits before taking off this morning behind Luc Alphand. Well, de Villiers rapidly caught up with his opponent, obviously gaining time at the first checkpoint, but after that the cars suffered the same navigational problems that the bikes did just less than an hour before. Alphand followed by de Villiers meeting up with Carlos Sainz, all looking like rookies. And Luc Alphand even took the time to ask his way to a biker. And here's what was going on in de Villiers' car. Conversation time between the South African and his co-driver, Tina Turner.
Let's just stay on this main pit.
They are coming all after us.
Where's this fucking main pit now?
But I think, you know, when we...
Where's the main pit?
And it happened at the same place than for the bikers, kilometer 160. De Villiers going right, Alphand going left. Well, we got lost with the Volkswagen, says Luc Alphand. One's in front. And that's Carlos Sainz. And one is behind, it's de Villiers. He's behind us, so that's okay. Well, the two rivals basically remained together all day. Alphand neutralizing his rival, losing time, of course, but just a few minutes and keeping de Villiers under control. Smart thinking by the Frenchman. On the finish line, de Villiers had gained 4 minutes and 20 seconds on the former Alpine Skiing World Cup winner, finishing 5th. That meant that in the overall, the Mitsubishi driver will still have a 17-minute 53 advantage on de Villiers. 2 days after clinching second spot on stage 12, his best ever performance, Gerlin Chisrit captured his first ever success and in style. This man was a newcomer just a year ago. He could well be the man of the future, helped out by co-driver Mathieu Baumel. A perfect navigator today. The former Extreme Ski World Champion made the best of his BMW X3, and the X3 looked perfect on the soil of Senegal. Alfie Cox finished second today. Hope he could do just as well as on his bike. South African finished 3 minutes 13 seconds behind his teammates. Mark Miller again impressed in his Volkswagen race Touareg. He eventually was the best of the Volkswagen boys in third spot. 5 minutes split. Jean-Louis Schlesser satisfied with his position. He finished 4th today. Good performance for Frenchman Philippe Gache. Made the best of his buggy. 6th position today. His best performance so far, but over 12 minutes behind. Thierry Magnaldi had to stop for a puncture. He finished 7th at 13 minutes and 56 seconds. Overtaken by Carlos Souza, but the Portuguese also got lost, making it to the end of the special over half an hour off the winning pace. Carlos Sainz finished 15th after his navigational misfits. While Frenchman Bruno Sabi, also driving a race Touareg, was looking good all the way to CP1 with a 3rd fastest time. But he too got lost and finished 11th at 19 minutes. The former Dakar winner back in the 90s. Sabi will be satisfied to eventually make it to the finish line. Not the best of Dakars for the Frenchman. Former overall leader and winner of the last two editions, Stéphane Pété-Ancel started in 13th spot and finished late, 14th. Another bad day for the Frenchman, who lost over 27 minutes at Dakar to be forgotten for Peter. Well, after a fast start and a best time at the first checkpoint, Nani Roma struggled to make it to the finish. He finished well behind. And here we are with a privateer, Frenchman Poirot. On the side of the village because a vehicle behind him, the Sentinel system working perfectly. Beep, beep, beep. Time to let the others overtake. Good stuff there by the Frenchman.
Ça, ils vont vite.
And here we are with Koen Wouters, the Belgian rider, saying he was nervous last week at the start of each stage. Today he was very nervous again, heart beating fast because the end is very close. Wouters explaining that he can already smell Dakar. So the results of first ever victory for Guerlain Schmid ahead of his BMW teammate Alpi Cox. Miller is third, ahead of Schlesser and De Villiers. The overall standings, Alphon can now enjoy a 17-minute 53 second lead on De Villiers, enough to win his first ever Dakar. Well, since 5 days, I was trying to win a stage. 3 days ago we almost did it. Yesterday we were the fastest at the stage until we broke a wheel.
To start in 15th place is a good place, but many of the front riders had a navigation problem today, and we had a perfect run. Ralph made a really good job, and we attacked a little bit today. We need a good result. We've had some very bad days, and it's been incredible. So it's been a okay Dakar, but sure, we'll be back next year.
I should get the Sportsman Award today because I pulled over Eric Vigora, who was crashed. He was up upside down, and I pulled him back over, and I think we still finished second or third on the stage, so it was great. And we just had a nice day. It was love and peace, we say.
Ça commence vraiment à sentir bon, mais
well, it starts really looking good, says Alphon. Even if today, together with Chanel, we had some navigation problems.
S'égarer ou des minutes qui peuvent vraiment
really get lost, but
cher et double.
We're very scared of losing minutes. That can be very important. Many roads very close to each other. We all went onto the wrong track. And Sainz, who was with us at the moment, hasn't arrived yet. A bit confusing with all the Volkswagens around me. One was the Villiers. 15th of January 1986, and shock on the bivouac of Bamako. News had come. Thierry Sabine and 4 others died in a helicopter crash.
Thierry Sabine, Jean-Paul Le Fur, le radio, François-Xavier Bagnou, le pilote,
Xavier Bagnou, the pilot of the helicopter, Daniel Balavoine,
et Nathalie Audin du journal du dimanche.
Audin, a journalist. All died in a helicopter crash, explains Patrick Verdois, the race director. Middle of the sandstorm. The crash occurred at 7 p.m. exactly 20 years ago, just a few kilometers away from Gouma, Laos, in Nigeria. Explanation time with Gérard Fusy, journalist of Radio Europe 1 at the time.
Le terrain était très très plat. Il y a une très mauvaise visibilité et l'hélicoptère s'est d'abord posé une fois et puis il a redécollé en suivant un peu les phares d'une voiture. Seulement, bon, mais ils n'ont pas vu qu'à un certain moment la voiture montait alors qu'il y avait une dune de 30 mètres, la première de 250 km et l'hélicoptère s'est craché.
Well, the race went on exactly like its founder would have wanted to. 20 years later, the Dakar has grown, but the spirit of Thierry Sabine remains. To the truck race and victory number 2 this year for Firdaus Kabirov, the Russian Kamaz driver. He got the fastest time on the finish line and prevented Hans Stacy from winning a 5th consecutive stage. The title holder beating Stacy by 2 minutes and 57 seconds on the day. And Kabirov currently 3rd overall, 3 hours and 5 minutes behind. Hans Stacy, who won the 4 previous stages, will certainly be satisfied with his 5 special successes on this 2006 edition. He's 2nd overall, 2 hours and 21 minutes adrift. And he's managed great stuff in his big man truck. But the man to beat this year was Vladimir Chagin, 4-time Dakar winner and soon to be 5-time Dakar winner. He's the overall leader of the race with a 2 hour and 21 minutes advantage. He finished 4th today, only losing 12 minutes. Meanwhile, 3rd spot on the day went to Brazil's André de Azevedo. 4 minutes and 13 seconds adrift. Still a damaged Tatra truck. In the overall standings, the Brazilian is over 5 hours and a half adrift. Tomorrow, the final kilometers of the Dakar on the shores of the famous Lac Rose, but due to the recent tragedies that shook the events, the initial special will not be timed. The Dakar heroes will, however, cover the 31 kilometers. It'll be then time for a warm welcome and congratulations on the final podium. A moment of pride and emotion for the remaining few that will have made it to the end of this tough 28th edition. That's it from the Dakar. Thumbs up to Luc Alphand, Mark Coma and Vladimir Chagin. Here we are at last in Dakar.